Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. In today's video, I've already rewatched the entire of Paris Saint-Germain versus Dortmund game. And in this video, I'll be going through the good, the bad, and pretty much in general, a summarize of what happened in the game, some talking points, and so on. Obviously, let's look at the lineups. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain was a very predictable lineup. I mean, it was only between Colomwani and Gonçalo Ramos for that striker position. And regarding Ugarte, his fitness, Danilo Pereira could have started as a DM in the game. But this was the lineup that we got. And Dortmund, obviously, they were a bit scared or very scared of Paris Saint-Germain. They switched from their usual 4 at the back that they always played to have 5 at the back, which every Ligue 1 team does. But when a team in the Champions League does it, it just tells you the power that this Paris Saint-Germain squad, the terror we're putting in our opposition is unmatched. It's unmatched. And let's take a look at what Dortmund tried to do in this game. Obviously, Dortmund, they sometimes were pressing them really well. They tried to do long balls. Kobel went 6 out of 11 in long balls, 55% conversion rate. Not the best from their goalkeeper because our press was really good today. Like our counter press, for example, look at this instance. Mbappe, Colomwani, Dembele, Ugarte, everybody is in their position. It's a trigger press. As soon as Hummels receives the ball, he's looking for Emre Can here. Emre Can gets the ball, Ugarte is there. You can even see Skriniar pushing up. Lucas stays here because he gotta be on Adeyemi because he got the pace. Skriniar versus Adeyemi would not be a great thing. So this is a great thing tactical here by Lucho. Ugarte wins the ball and wins the free kick there in that situation. Again here, Marquinhos, very aggressive, wins the ball back here for Paris Saint-Germain. Again, on the right side here, Marquinhos presses up. So even our center-backs are pressing up in our final third to win the ball back, which is extremely good for all the big Champions League games. Lucas here loses the ball, gets it back immediately. Skriniar here with another one. Skriniar here again. It's like our counter press, especially in the first half, because I feel we took the foot out of the gas in the second half. I enjoyed the first half much more than the second half. It felt a bit like Lyon without the conversion rate there in the first half. But let's talk about that midfield because they absolutely bossed it yesterday. I had a question mark over Warren and Vitinha, mostly because of their experience and we know how they play throughout their confidence. But they had a great game. They had 8 recoveries, Vitinha and Ugarte each. Warren only had 3 recoveries, but he was winning more duels. He was like getting physical with the Dortmund players and winning most of his duels, which is absolutely crazy for a 17-year-old. Like he made that Numecha guy who was, I don't know, he was at least 10, 15 centimeters taller than him. He made him his kid, his bitch. He was not managing Hummels. Like he was having fun. And then when it came to Dortmund, their biggest threat throughout the entire game, it was corner kicks. They had 7 corner kicks. Obviously didn't get anything special from the corner kicks. It is kind of a danger for Paris Saint-Germain letting an opposition have 7 corner kicks in one game. They had like 3 corner kicks in a row in one instance, but like that was the only danger we faced the entire game from Dortmund. Obviously, apart from their 2 chances, Daniel Malen here in the first chance. I don't know why Skriniar is backing off in this situation. Is he scared going up and then Daniel Malen doing a body feint and going around him? Skriniar, you gotta be confident in yourself. Luckily, Donnarumma was there to save it. And the other one, obviously, from Gittins here, hitting the post here. Nothing serious, but we made Dortmund play football that they're not used to. First of all, they switched to a 5 at the back, which they're definitely not used to. And then physically wise, they had to go into duels that they're not used to doing in the Bundesliga. They got 3 yellow cards here. We didn't get a single yellow card. Like we play fair play, majestic football. Dortmund, on the other hand, they were mad. Hummels after the game, obviously on Twitter, said this: like a child, like an absolute, like you're the captain. You're the most experienced player in that Dortmund side. And this is what you gotta say after a humiliating defeat. It's absolutely embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Now, let's take a look at what Paris Saint-Germain tried to do throughout the entire game. Obviously, we pulled up with a 4-3-3. The red dots are for center-backs, defenders, yellow for midfielders, and blue for attackers. Mbappe holding the width, Dembele holding the width, Colomani up here, Warren, Vitinha a bit like the offensive 8s, and Ugarte as the holding DM. And Paris Saint-Germain created so many chances in this game. It's absolutely insane. Dembele, Hakimi, Warren, back to Hakimi, back to Vitinha, and it hits the post. The technique of this team, the 1-2s I was seeing on the pitch, I don't think any team can stop that. Because when you're good at 1-2s, No team can stop that. They just have to pray you don't score your chances, which, I mean, Dortmund prayed really well. Because we were not clinical in this game. We were not. Mbappe here finding Kolomwani, finding Hakimi, but Schlotterbeck blocked the shot. And this absolutely beautiful counter-attack from the corner kick. Hakimi to Mbappe, Mbappe to Vitinha, Vitinha to Dembele. Dembele puts it on a plate for Randall. And Randall Kolomwani missed an absolute sitter. In the 14th minute of the game, do you know how important it is to score this goal? It opens up the entire game. But yeah, Kolomwani had the other hands. Here, Paris Saint-Germain press really great. Get the ball from Dortmund. Kolomwani takes the touch, turns around, puts a pass to Numich. I don't know what he's doing. Again here, tons of space. Can't even get the shot on target. Absolutely insane. Dembele makes a great pass. Mbappe lets it go for Kolo. Kolo takes a bad touch. And we have to talk about Kolomwani because Kolomwani was absolutely disgusting yesterday. 1 out of 3 dribbles completed, 30 touches, 1 out of 7 duels won, 1 block shot, and 1 key pass. That is absolutely disgusting to be the Paris Saint-Germain striker. Obviously, I support every PSG player, but I gotta be critical. And I have to be extremely critical of Randall Kolomwani in this game. He was not good. He was terrible. He was absolutely terrible in this game. And yeah, hopefully this is the last performance we get to see from Randall Kolomwani like this. Obviously, it was his first debut and new teammates, new everything, new environment. So we can't be too harsh on him. But Kolomwani, you gotta step up because that was an absolute stinker from you. Dembele here with a chance trying to go near post. Kobel saved it. Hakimi to Dembele. Dembele to Hakimi. Hakimi to Dembele. Like, that's one important thing we gotta talk about because PSG left. When PSG left and we signed Dembele, we had expectations on Hakimi to improve his game even more because he finally had the right winger that he had been craving for. And in this instance, and how we even won a penalty from this chance, obviously, or there, just shows you how important it is for a right back to have a right winger who can play these 1-2s and 1-2s with. And they did it throughout the entire game. And yeah, obviously we got a pen from this situation. Could have even got a pen in the first half from this. So 2 50-50 chances, 1 pen. I can take that. And that's why I'm absolutely disgusted with Mats Hummel's comments. Kylian Mbappe scores the goal. Easy. Paris Saint-Germain take the 1-0 in. And it was a great start to the second half. Like, we had to go out and get a goal. And that's exactly what we did. Beautiful from Paris Saint-Germain. And then Dortmund, you know, when we scored, the game obviously opened up. They tried to press us. They forgot we have the best 6 in the world. Ugarte drops between the center backs, plays a beautiful long ball to Kolomwani. And from that point, they stopped pressing us that much because, listen, Ugarte is just a beast. 8 out of long balls in this game. And let's go to the second goal. Vitor Ferreira to Hakimi. Hakimi to Vitinha. Vitinha to Hakimi. Hakimi sends Hummels back to Twitter and scores it. Absolute quality football. You don't see this football from any other team in Europe. You just don't. Because the absolute quality here, c'est magnifique. C'est magnifique and it's unstoppable. Paris Saint-Germain 2-0 lead 15 minutes after the second half started. This is absolutely what we needed. But after that, it was one of the worst clinicality shows I've ever seen. I was mad about the first half, but the second half, I got even more mad. Ugarte, again, I mean, we can praise him as much as what we want. Beautiful pass here between the lines. Finds Kolomwani. Kolomwani finds Mbappe there beautifully. And Mbappe, I want him to go a bit by himself because he's against Sule there. Like, he can do better. He straight went for the pass. Kobel intercepted it. Mbappe, beautiful long ball to Dembele. Dembele to Gonçalo. Great tackle by Mats Hummels. Again, Dembele here finds Gonçalo right in the box. Perfect positioning. Gonçalo skies it. Again, Danilo, beautiful long pass to Mbappe. Mbappe tries a lob. Doesn't go well. Mbappe gets a 1v1 against Sule. Instead of taking one touch and going past him and scoring an easy goal, he tries to go for the shot immediately, which goes outside. And obviously, at the last moments of the game, Mbappe feeds Gonçalo. Gonçalo with an absolute beautiful finish. I hope he had started this game if he has finishes like this in his locker. But obviously, it was ruled out for offside. But listen, we have one issue in this team, and that's clinicality. We got one issue. Our press is great. Our midfield is great. Our defense is great. And I would also say dribbling. Like, dribbling from Dembele and Mbappe has to improve. Dembele from dribbling, and Colomwani as well, because he's a dribbler. I don't expect that from Gonçalo. So my two issues with this PSG team at the moment is the confidence of our wingers. They're not doing the dribbles. They're not opening up the game as we want them to do. And second of all, obviously, the clinicality. Paris Saint-Germain should easily have gone away with a 5-6-0 scoreline in this game. I don't know how we didn't do it. But as I said, I'm grateful for the 3 points. I'm grateful for the great performance from many great players at Paris Saint-Germain. And we will come back even better, even stronger. Obviously, in the Champions League next, we got Newcastle away. That's a tough game. But again, I see Paris Saint-Germain taking all 3 points in that game very easily and putting a stamp in England. Oof, I would love that. But next game is Marseille this Sunday. We're managerless at the moment. We will cook. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed anything big from the Paris Saint-Germain versus Dortmund game. That has been it. And as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.